Red Dead Redemption 2 is a truly beautiful game, known by many and loved by many more. And there are a lot of reasons as to why. Its realism and beauty, its narrative and overall story, and I'm pretty sure you've already seen dozens of videos talking about the game, presenting it as unique experience that shocked, moved, or even encouraged many folk alike. Of course, nothing is without flaw. There are still people who hate Red Dead Redemption 2, but even with all of its flaws, it may be appropriate to say that the game is more hated than criticized. That doesn't mean there is no valid criticism, but for some reason most people split themselves into two groups: those who love the game to its core and those who hate all of their experiences involving Red Dead Redemption 2. Why is that? It may very well be because the game plays out more like a movie. Red Dead Redemption 2 is made to be a cinematic experience. There are loads of playable sections, but they serve to engage players more into the story. A huge emphasis is put on cutscenes. Skipping cutscenes themselves equals to a huge loss in the way you experience and understand the story, which itself is one of the main qualities the game provides. Another reason might be the speed, length, and pacing of the game. Everything is meant to be slow, everything is meant to immerse you into a slow moving world around you. Travel is slow until you unlock fast travel, and fast travel itself is inconvenient, having you set up campfires whenever you want to fast travel somewhere. Missions have follow sections, huge exposition dumps, and there are loads of fail states that may slow the game down to a halt. This slowness may deter players or make them hate the game altogether, and the first time I played the game, I hated it. My first playthrough was cut short because I got bored. Everything felt dragged out. I just stopped playing and uninstalled the game. I wasn't playing the game, I was just trying to get through it like some sort of a job. I was trying to force myself to play it. I also had been spoiled by one of the many dozen or so videos about Red Dead Redemption 2, about how emotional and sad it was, and I wanted to see the end, just so I could see the ending myself, maybe cry, and say I played Red Dead Redemption 2. That's it. But if I finished the game like that, I wouldn't care for it. I wouldn't cry, because it's meant to be experienced from the start till the end. All you do throughout the game is build up foundation to feel something, to get attached, and most importantly, experience it in all of its glory. From everything I said, it sounds like Red Dead Redemption 2 is bad, or that I hate it, but that's definitely not the case. I was just wrong about it. Red Dead Redemption is about experience, and I'm very glad I gave it another chance, because I got an adventure like no other. Adventure that's hard to describe, hard to talk about. I don't care about the hidden lore of the game or small details, but I did care about the camp altogether, about Arthur, Dutch, Benny, Hosea. Some of the deaths in the game shocked me into utter confusion. How, why, what happened were questions in my mind, and I found myself being, well, dumbfounded. Red Dead Redemption 2 makes you feel a connection between you and Arthur Morgan, and in the end makes both you and Arthur realize your own mortality and make amends while it's not too late.
And I think this game is meant to wrap the player himself into the mortal dilemma. My best example would be this cutscene.
Mr. Morgan! Are you okay?
Well, never better. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm on my way down to Mexico. They're finally sending me on a mission. Brother Dorkins is very jealous. What's wrong?
I'm dying, sister.
Okay.
Yeah, I got TB. I got it. Beating a man to death for a few bucks. I've lived a bad life, sister.
We've all lived bad lives, Mr. Morgan. We all sin. But I know you.
You don't know me.
Forgive me, but that's the problem. You don't know you.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but whenever we happen to meet, you're always helping people and smiling.
I had a son. He passed away. I had a girl who loved me. I threw that away. My mama died when I was a kid. And my daddy, well, I watched him die. And it weren't soon enough.
My husband died a long time ago. Life is full of pain. But there is also love and beauty.
What am I gonna do now?
Be grateful that for the first time, you see your life clearly.
Sure.
Perhaps you could help somebody. Helping makes you really happy.
But I still don't believe in nothing.
Often, neither do I. But then I meet someone like you, and everything makes sense.
You're too smart for me, sister. I guess I'm afraid.
There is nothing to be afraid of, Mr. Morgan. Take a gamble that love exists and do a loving act.
All aboard! I shall try.
I know you will. Goodbye, goodbye, Mr. Morgan. Goodbye.
Sister?
This conversation takes place between Arthur and Sister Calderon, who barely knows Arthur as a person, which in turn means she gives advice that is applicable to anyone. It feels as if she's talking to the player themselves. Arthur, in this moment, becomes extremely real and human, from the look in his eyes to the words, "I guess, I'm afraid," and in reality, who isn't? Everyone is scared of death. Whatever death beholds is unknown. There are many beliefs and different religions, and you just have to have faith that there is something beyond death. And after the game makes such a connection towards the player, the nun says, "Believe that love exists and do a loving act," meaning that you should do good. Don't expect others to be kind, but instead just take a chance and spread your own kindness. May there be nothing after death, but you should still believe in love. After all, you won't lose anything by spreading kindness. The writers may have done this unintentionally, but by relating to the player with a natural fear of death, they then told a message that sticks deep under your skin and may teach you just to spread kindness in the world. After I finished the game, after Arthur died, it felt like everything had ended. There was such a strong connection enticing me to Arthur that I didn't even want to play the prologue. After all, Arthur's story had ended. With that, my adventure with him had ended. Red Dead Redemption 2 was truly different. The ending left a strange impression on me. It's like I can't even describe what I feel like. I'm sad, torn asunder, yet I'll remember it fondly. It impressed me. It feels like I don't want to let go, but there's nothing to hold on to. No other game has left such a feeling lingering with me for such a long time. It just feels like I have a lot to say, but I don't know how to do it. Like I'm not sure in myself, but I am sure that Red Dead Redemption 2 is a great game. That's the one thing I'm sure about. I really think those that hated the game just had a bad experience. Red Dead Redemption is all about experience, your own path, how you see the story, and I think it's a lesson for us sometimes to just let go of our worries and enjoy the moment. We all are different. We all play Arthur differently and witness our own experiences. Just like in real life, we all have our own paths that we can mold with or without the help of others. I really think Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the games you have to play. All you have to do is relax, breathe in, and enjoy every second, just like we should do with everything in our lives. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it.
You don't sound very well. Nah. I think I'm dying. And I hope you find peace. I've killed a lot of people. That's the way. For a whole lot of dumb reasons. I ain't never seen much glory in it. That's the way it is. So many miles to walk. That's the way it is. Anything we've got to learn. That's the way it is. That's the way it is.